Kevin Nelson, here's a look at what's going on this week in the news. We begin with news from the Vatican. Pope Francis celebrated Mass on the feast of Saints Peter and Paul in St. Peter's Square. Joining him were 5 new cardinals and 36 archbishops named in the past year. The Mass was celebrated the day after Pope Francis created new cardinals from El Salvador, Mali, Laos, Sweden, and Spain. Among the archbishops and cardinals were 3 from the United States. Catholic News Service has more on the Mass in reaction from the 3 U.S. prelates.
Sarà vicino anche voi, cari fratelli arcivescovi, che ricevendo il palio sarete confermati a vivere per il gregge, imitando il buon pastore che vi sostiene portandovi sulle spalle.
What struck me when I went to receive the pallium is the Holy Father, Pope Francis, had a glow. I kept watching him during the Mass with his pallium, thinking the universality of his pallium. You know, we wear ours in the province. He wears it throughout the world, so that as I watched him in that whole role of being the shepherd, you know, and being called now to go forth and be that shepherd for the people entrusted to my care.
It's symbolic of the yoke of the gospel. It's symbolic of the wool, the lambs, the sheep that are entrusted to our care that we carry. And that my role is to be a good shepherd to them, is to help the people entrusted to my pastoral care learn to live in unity and peace, to manifest that truth and love of Jesus Christ and the gospel. And that's how we all live in communion with the universal church and with our Holy Father.
Probably all the stuff that I have to wear. You know, John the 23rd said that cardinals and bishops are the coat hangers on which the church hangs its tradition. Now, I don't mind being a coat hanger, but the thing I like to wear the most is the pallium, because one of the meanings of it is, because it's made out of lamb's wool, is the need and really the obligation of the bishop to look for the one who's lost and then bring the lost one back on his shoulders. And I hope to do that.
In what has become the standard practice, the Pope did not place the pallium on new archbishops during the liturgy. Rather, after the Mass, the Pope handed each archbishop a pallium folded up in a small, simple wooden box tied with a brown ribbon. The actual imposition of the woolen band was to take place in the archbishop's archdiocese in the presence of his faithful and bishops from neighboring dioceses. In news from around the world, police in Australia's Victoria State announced June 29th that charges had been filed against Cardinal George Pell and that he has been called to appear in court July 18th. Victoria Police Deputy Commissioner Shane Patton told reporters June 29th that Cardinal Pell is facing multiple charges in respect of historic sexual offenses, and there are multiple complaints relating to those charges. Greg Burke, director of the Vatican Press Office, said Pope Francis had granted Cardinal Pell a leave of absence from his position as prefect of the Vatican Secretariat for the Economy so that he can work on his defense. A brief press conference was held at the Vatican in which Cardinal Pell responded to the accusations. Room Reports was there for the Cardinal's address to the media.
Good morning to you all. I want to say 1 or 2 brief words about my situation. These matters have been under investigation now for 2 years. There have been leaks to the media. There's been relentless character assassination, a relentless character assassination. And for more than a month, claims that a decision on whether to lay charges was imminent. I'm looking forward finally to having my day in court. I'm innocent of these charges. They are false. The whole idea of sexual abuse is abhorrent to me. I've kept Pope Francis, the Holy Father, regularly informed during these long months, and I have spoken to him on a number of occasions in the last week, I think most recently a day or so ago. And we talked about my need to take leave to clear my name. So I'm very grateful to the Holy Father for giving me this leave to return to Australia.
And finally in the news, Kristen, Executive Director of Democrats for Life of America, along with other Democrats for Life board members and pro-life Democrat political figures, met with Democratic National Committee Chairman Thomas Perez and DNC staff June 27th to discuss the state of the Democratic Party and their pro-life cause. Perez caused an uproar with pro-life Democrats when he released a statement in April stating that the Democratic Party's commitment to choice is non-negotiable. Perez said in the statement, every Democrat, like every American, should support a woman's right to make her own choices about her body and her health. According to Day, the DNC tells pro-life Democratic candidates that they cannot run as pro-life Democrats. At the meeting on June 27th, Democrats for Life put forth a list of requests to the DNC asking for greater acceptance in the party. Day said they asked for a clear statement from the chairman stating that they are welcoming to pro-life Democrats and they welcome them to vote their conscience on these issues, that we are not an abortion-only party. Well, that is all the information we have for you this time. I'm Kevin Nelson. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV Network.